When an aging parent starts needing help, things get complicated fast. Let me tell you about the Chen family from Walnut Creek. When their mom, Grace, was diagnosed with early stage dementia, her three adult children wanted to help, but they couldn't agree on how. Her oldest son lived nearby and wanted to sell her house to fund care. Her daughter wanted to rent it out just in case mom recovered. And her youngest, well, he didn't want to talk about it at all. The family meetings turned into arguments. No one could make decisions, bills were late, taxes piled up, and Grace's care needs were being neglected. That's when their attorney recommended bringing in a fiduciary, a neutral professional who could step in, manage finances, oversee care decisions, and bring order to the chaos. Once the fiduciary took over, everything changed. The mortgage got paid, the property was properly insured, and Grace finally moved into a safe, supportive memory care community. The siblings stopped fighting because someone objective was now in charge. This happens more than you think. Hi, I'm Dale Corpus, a senior transition specialist and real estate expert based in the San Francisco Bay Area. This is another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions, powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast, where I share real stories, expert insights, and practical tools to help families navigate senior transitions with more confidence and less conflict. Today, we're answering a question most families don't even know how to ask. Who's really in charge when an aging parent can't manage things anymore? And more importantly, what exactly is a fiduciary and how can they protect your loved one's finances, home, and well-being during a senior transition? Let's dive in. So what is a fiduciary? Let's start simple. A fiduciary is a trusted professional legally bound to act in someone else's best interest. In the senior care world, fiduciaries can serve as power of attorney, handling finances, paying bills, managing real estate, trustee, overseeing a trust when the original trustee, like a parent, can't anymore, conservator, appointed by a court when someone has no power of attorney and can't make safe decisions. Think of them as financial and care guardians for hire. They don't just protect money, they protect peace of mind. In an ideal world, every family agrees on what's best for mom and dad. But in reality, emotions, distance, and money often get in the way. Maybe one sibling lives close by and handles everything. Maybe another lives out of state but has strong opinions. Or maybe there's no family at all, just a senior who can't safely manage their bills or home. That's where a fiduciary steps in. They take the emotion out of decision-making. They manage assets, pay property taxes, coordinate with attorneys, and even work with professionals like me to sell or maintain a home when it's part of the senior's financial plan. They act as the neutral decision maker when families can't agree or simply don't have the capacity to manage it all. A few years ago, I worked with the Davis family in San Mateo. Their father had been living alone after his wife passed away. He had mild dementia and was starting to miss bill payments. The family was scattered, one in Seattle, one daughter in Pleasanton, and no one local to handle things. A professional fiduciary was brought in to take over. She organized his finances, found misplaced insurance documents, scheduled in-home care, and hired me to evaluate the home when it was time to sell. Everything ran smoothly because one professional was coordinating all the moving parts. Without that fiduciary, the family told me later, we would have been lost. So if you've never heard of a fiduciary before, you might be surprised how hands-on they can be. Here's what they handle during a senior transaction. Financial management, paying bills, managing investments, selling or maintaining property, ensuring all accounts stay current, real estate oversight, coordinating with real estate experts like me to decide whether to sell, rent, or prepare the home, legal coordination, working with estate planners, elder law attorneys, and tax professionals, care management, partnering with care managers and senior living professionals to ensure the client's well-being. They're like the quarterback of the entire transition, keeping everyone on track. So when should a family consider hiring one? Here are the big red flags I see. 1. Family conflict. Siblings disagree about care or property decisions. 2. No power of attorney or trust. No one is legally authorized to act. 3. Parent is isolated or vulnerable. Bills unpaid, scammers calling, safety declining. 4. Complex estates. Multiple properties, trusts, or business assets. If any of these sound familiar, it's time to talk to an estate planning attorney or a licensed fiduciary. Here in the Bay Area, fiduciaries play a huge role because families are often spread across counties or even states. You might have a parent in Alameda County, a sibling in Santa Clara, and another in Los Angeles, and everyone's juggling work and caregiving. That's where local organizations like PFAC, the Professional Fiduciary Association of California, come in. Their members are vetted, licensed, and trained to handle everything from trust administration to real estate coordination. When I work with fiduciaries in Contra Costa, Alameda, or Santa Clara counties, we collaborate closely, ensuring the home sale aligns with the client's care and financial goals. It's not just about closing a transaction, it's about protecting a legacy. So let's talk about fiduciaries versus financial advisors. Families sometimes confuse the two, but they're not the same. A financial advisor helps grow wealth. A fiduciary protects it, especially when someone can't manage it themselves. Advisors make recommendations. Fiduciaries make decisions legally and ethically. They're bound by duty to act in the client's best interest no matter what. How to find a good fiduciary? So if you're considering one, here's how to get started. 1. Visit pfac-pro.org. That's the Professional Fiduciary Association of California. 2. Ask your estate planning attorney or senior transition specialist like me for local referrals. 3. Interview a few. Ask how they handle care decisions, property, and communication with families. A great fiduciary isn't just a financial professional, they're a compassionate problem solver. So let's recap what we covered today. A fiduciary is a licensed professional who acts in your loved one's best interest, legally and ethically. They manage finances, property, and care decisions. They're essential when families disagree, when there's no power of attorney, or when care needs become complex. And here in the Bay Area, organizations like PFAC help families connect with trusted fiduciaries who can make the transition smoother and safer. When you bring in the right fiduciary early, you protect your parent, your family, and their legacy. This has been another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions, powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast. If your loved one is considering senior living and you're trying to figure out what to do with their home or how to manage finances, schedule a free consultation and learn more about my services at www.simplifyseniortransitions.com. Have a quick question? DM me on Instagram at SoulByDale. And don't forget, you can also listen to the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. If this episode helped clarify what fiduciaries do, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this information. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode.